Hey, what is up? I am here in Path of Exile 2, and I'm making this video for anyone who might be playing solo self-bound, but they want to migrate to Trade League. And I did this yesterday on my PS5 account, which I was playing solo self-bound, just like softcore, not even hardcore. And when I first did the transfer, only a few of my items transferred. So if you run into this problem, what I would recommend doing, or what solved it for me, was I migrated the original solo self-bound character in the league, in Dawn of the Hunt League. That's the current league right now. And waited like an hour or two, and when I logged in, I didn't have most of my items. And then the funny thing is, a lot of the items, like if you look at all these flasks right here, most of these, with the exception of what you're seeing, these 5 or 6 right here, like these transcendent ones, or the really large flasks, are ones that I got like when I logged in and then played a little bit. But like all these smaller ones are like old flask that I had already sold to like a vendor, in the SSF league, but they still show up. And then if you come over here and look, you can see that I have other items, these flasks right here. This is what I had, and if you'll notice, the tab that I'm hovered over, 8, is remove only. So like these are my flasks, but the other ones are there. Anyway, long story short, most of the items didn't get transferred. So what I did to fix this, or to resolve it, was I just created another league solo self-found character, SSF character, created it, and then you just run through, defeat the bloated miller to where you can get into the town and check your stash. And once I checked the stash, all the items that I had initially like migrated were still in the stash. So then I backed out to the main menu screen, like so. I'm just going to show you right here. So we're going to go to the character selection screen, and you'll see I've got like 4 characters now. But like this was my main solo self-bound character. And then I created another one right here and got to the town. And when I booted up, I had the option to do the migration again. And so I did it again, and then now all the items show up on my main account. And, I can go ahead and delete this character, but what I would recommend before deleting any new character that you create, once all the items transfer, is I would make sure to go ahead and remove them from the remove only items. And that's another thing, like I'm on console here, so it's a little bit different on PC. But if you come right here and you see, like, you can't see the remove, like you have these, if you hit R3 and up on the D-pad, you have hide the remove only tabs. Just make sure you undo that so that you can view all of the items. And then, like, I have all these right here, so then I can come over here to these remove only tabs and go ahead and transfer that. I guess I'm double dipping, I don't know. I mean, I can't complain, but like all my items are there. I got all my gold at first. As you can see, I had like about 200,000 gold when I migrated initially, and then when I checked the account, I only had 5,000 gold. But I ended up getting all of that back. I got my uniques back right here. There's a few of them. I have some more somewhere in here. I had a couple other uniques in here that didn't transfer. Or no, actually, they were on my person. They were, on my carry stash, like right here with all these. Some of my, items that I had there, they all migrated with it. But the migration process, some of those items didn't show up. But anyway, I would remove all the remove only items out of, the tabs before deleting any character. And then once you do that, then you can go back in there and hide the remove only tabs, and it should just fix itself, by the time it's all said and done. I'm not going to keep all these flasks, but you get the idea right here. So I just wanted to put this out there because there are a lot of posts online about the migration process within Path of Exile 2. So I just wanted to share like what happened to me and how I fixed it. I contacted support. On PC you have like double arrows right above your character selection screen that you can tap, and right there is the migration process. On the PlayStation, on PS5, I'm not sure about like Xbox or anything like that, but on PS5, I don't even know if this game is on Xbox, but on PS5, when you have a character in solo self-bound and you hover over it before you select it, it'll pop up to the right side of the character and it'll say like R1 to migrate this character, or it's like L1 or R2 or something like that to migrate all. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but you'll see it to the right of the character before you select it. So, that's how you would do the migration. Maybe I'll make another video on that, or, just to help anyone that maybe runs into a situation similar to what I have. But, with that said, the process wasn't clean, but it worked. I don't have any complaints. I didn't lose anything. I, have all the items that I'm supposed to have. It's just, it took about a day and a little, work around to get everything to finally, get to a state where I have all the items that I'm supposed to have. So if you have any questions or comments, though, feel free to leave that down below, and I'll do my best to try to help you. Like, if you're going through this process, I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to know how to fix it. I'm just saying I can give you some ideas of maybe what I did, and, hopefully, maybe it helps someone, like all this stuff right here, like these relics and stuff like that. Like, I thought I lost them all. I was like, oh man, I lost, all my chaos orbs, all my, divines, like just, I thought I had lost everything. I was just like, well, whatever, no big deal. I'll just grind this stuff again. But no, support helped me and it worked out in the long run, and I have all my stuff back in my stash. So I'm happy, and this game is in beta. So, I expect bumps in the road, especially with stuff like that, where you're going from, solo self-bound league to trade league. Obviously that's a big step. Especially like moving between the two different, platforms of the game. But that's it right there. Any questions or comments, you can leave it down below. Hopefully someone found this helpful. I'm out. Have a great day. Peace.